No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. We went from the chicken spot to shrimp and lobster. I keep the goons with me living like a mobster, cause niggas try to turn my brain into pasta.
Yeah, so I see dude on a bike riding down where I'm running at. So I'm like, yo, where the train at? So he like, yo, keep going straight. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm still running. I'm running. So look at God. I get to the train station. I don't got no money. I don't got no phone. I don't got no Metro car. I don't got nothing. I left all my shit at the program, right? So I'm running to the train. I get up the steps. The conductor, not even a conductor, it was like a maintenance guy. He was out there cleaning up or whatever. So my adrenaline rushing, I'm running. So I'm about to hop the train. But I'm looking, before I even made the move to even hop it, I'm looking at him. So he like, yo, you good? He like, go ahead, this shit don't work. So when I looked at the shit, it had mad Metro card, like it was just fucked up. So he was letting me go. Short story short, I hops on the train. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the A train. I think the A train take you straight there from Grant. So I hop on the A train. Now I'm vibing. Feel me? I get on the A train. I still don't got no phone though. So this where the story turn, right? And it go into actually how I end up going to Rikers Island for the first time, right? So check it. So I'm on the train. I'm like 5 stops away from Grant. So I see a little joint on the train, a little young female on the train. So I asked her, can I use her phone? So she let me use her phone. I call my bro. So I'm like, yo, bro, I just AWOL the program. I'm on my way back to the hood. Meet me with the hammer. So he like, I bet. So now I'm at Grant. I get off at Grant. I walk from Grant all the way to the projects, right? I walk from Grant all the way to Pink Houses. So I get out there, bro, meet me behind my building. So he meet me behind my building. He meet me with the hammer. So I take the hammer from him. Now we vibing. We go walk to his spot. I'm like, I ain't even gonna go to my crib yet, cause I already know my mom's probably in there. She gonna flip out. I come walking in the crib right now. So we go to his spot. So we get over there. We rolling up. He asking me about the, you know what I'm saying, what happened. I'm telling him, you feel me? That shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit was corny. That shit wasn't for me. I'm on something else. You feel me? So now I get on the phone. I get on the phone with my uncle, right? So I get on the phone with him. I'm like, yo, what's good? I'm like, yo, I just AWOL the program. Like, what's up? What we doing? So he like, yo, I'm in Bushwick right now. He like, yo, meet up with my little man, and I'ma meet y'all in Queens at my spot, right? Get up with him and meet me in Queens. So I'm like, I bet that. So I hang up with him. Me and bro, we still chopping it up. We smoking, kicking it. So I'm like, yo, what up? What you on? Like, I'm about to slide over here, meet this nigga, and go to Queens. Like, what you want for the night? Bro, like, yo, I'm gonna stay in the hood. You feel me? I'm gonna get this bread. So I'm like, I bet. I'm gonna take the hammer and I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go move out. So he like, I bet. So I leave him. I go to my crib to get dressed. Go to the crib, get in the shower, get refreshing and all that. So before I decide to leave out the crib, I grab the thing. I go to the window. Anybody know me, I'm paranoid as fuck. So anytime I leave the crib, I live on the first floor. So anytime I leave the crib, I'm in all the windows. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to see who outside. I need to know what's going on before I step out there. So on this night, before I leave out, I go check the parameter, right? I look out my kitchen window. I see the paddy wagon, like right in the middle of the pathway. Like so like soon as I come out my building and I walk out to go catch a cab to the Ave, them niggas is like right there. So instead of me just going straight out, I macked for a minute. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the window, I'm just watching. Cause I like at this time, this is around 2011. So at this time, like if you was into anything outside and 12 knew who you was, they was running down on you. Like this was a stop and frisk era, so they was running down. If they felt like you had something on you, they was running down. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit in the crib, I'm gonna wait till they leave. So I'm sitting in the crib for like a good 15 minutes. The whole time I'm in the crib, Uncle Old Man calling me, right? So he calling me, he like, yo, what's good? Like, no, I'm lying. Rewind. Right? So before I leave bro crib, right? I get on the horn with Uncle Little Man. So I'm like, yo, what's good, Brody? What's the vibes? Like, he like, ain't shit. You spoke to Unc? So I'm like, yeah. So he told me to get up with you and meet him out in Queens and shit. So he like, I bet that. He like, yo, I'm gonna go to this party though. He like, I'm gonna slide to this party. He like, and I'm gonna go over there after that. So I'm like, I bet. I'm gonna still get up with you though. So like, I'm gonna slide with you to the party. We gonna vibe out and then we gonna go to Queens. So he like, I bet. So before we got off the phone, I'm like, yo, you got a hammer? So he like, nah. So mind you, right? Sidebar. Uncle Old Man got wild beef in the East, right? He beefing with wild niggas in the East, right? Me having knowledge to this, I'm like, if I'm gonna step out with bro, I'm gonna make sure we all the way situated. Cause I already know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got a hammer? He like, nah. So I'm like, I bet I'm gonna bring mine. So he like, I heard you. Mind you, I asked the nigga, I'm like, it's just gonna be you or you pulling up with somebody? He like, yo, I got shorty with me. So I'm like, all right, even better. Have her bring the bag. So he like, all right, I got you. Copy. So I hang up with him. Now I go to the crib, all of that, get dressed, woo. So now, it's like 15 minutes I'm waiting for the boys to leave, right? So while I'm waiting, he hitting my line. So he like, yo, you feel me, yo, we got the cab, bro. What's taking you so long? Hurry up. Move out the band, right? So I'm like, yo, I can't get out the crib right now. Give me a minute. I'm gonna be there. I'm like, if anything, let that cab go. He like, nah, you feel me? I had the cab for a minute, woo. Whatever, bro. I'm gonna be there. So now, it's like 15 minutes. They spin. So I get outside. I see one of the older homies from my side. He had the G-Ride. So I'm like, all right. I holler at him. I think I gave him a couple dollars. I'm like, yo, you could drive me to Skank right quick? I'll give you a couple dollars and shit. So he spin me over there, right? So we get over there. He dropped me right in front of the cab type shit, right? So I get to the cab. It's bro and his shorty. So now we get in the cab, right? When we get in the cab, I see that it's a Caucasian lady. Yo, this lady looks scared out her ass, bro. Like, we in the projects. Like, this the hood. We over here on Skank, right here by Gersh, right? I get out the car. They already had her waiting for like 15, 20 minutes. Whole time they waiting for me, they had her waiting. Door open, all that. They just had her waiting. So I finally get there. We get in the cab. So we get in the cab, right? I'm sitting here. Shorty sitting here in the middle. And bro sitting here, right? So he like, yo, you got it? So I'm like, yeah. He like, let me see. So I pull the shit out low key, put it down, hand the shit to him. So, you know, he brandishing it, he looking at it, whatever. Oh, this shit hard, yeah. So I'm like, yo, with a bag. He like, yo, she forgot. So now I'm looking at her, I'm like, she forgot. So I'm like, what we doing? Mind you though, we already in motion, cab done pulled off. We on our way to our destination, right? So I'm like, she forgot. What we doing? So he get a joint to her. Feel me? Get a joint to her. Now she got the joint. She looking nervous. She looking like she don't even really want to touch the shit. So when she get it, she put it under her. She put it, like she sat on it type shit. She put it under her, right? So now I'm looking at her. I'm like, how this shit working, right? So now, probably like 5 minutes good into the ride, right? We like on Atlantic, if I'm not mistaken. We pull up to the red light. We waiting, we sitting. So the whole time we sitting, she's sitting there, she moving around. She keep fidgeting. You could tell she uncomfortable. Like shorty really don't even want to be a part of this shit, right? So green light come now. Lady pull off. Soon as she pull off, bro, the D's, mind you, the D's is parked. All right, so we coming down Atlantic. The D's is parked on the left side, right? Just sitting there in an unmarked joint. They just sitting there. Soon as the light turn green and we pull off, them niggas come around, bust a Yui behind us. Whoop, whoop. Now I'm looking at them. I'm like, fuck. So the lady stopped. She stopped the V. They get out. They get out. They come to my. They came to my side. One officer come to my side. One officer come to his side. You knock on the window with the flashlight. They roll the window down. So he like, what's going on? He like, everybody good tonight? So we like, yeah, you know, we on our way to this party, whatever. So he like, y'all got anything in the car that y'all ain't supposed to have? He like, no. He put the flashlight in the car now. He put the flashlight in the car. He looking around. He looking at us. Shorty look nervous. Bro looks stressed. Mind you, this the crazy shit about this, right? Unc man, my co-defendant, bro just came home. He ain't been home a whole month yet. So he's sick or ripped. Like, he already know what it's hitting for him, right? So, yeah, they put the flashlight in the car. They looking at our faces and shit. They like, get out the car. He like, step out the car. So now I'm sitting here. I'm sighing. I'm like, damn. I get out the car. Cause she know, before they pulled us over, right? Like once they like the sirens, they put the sirens on, they bust the Yui. She pulled the joint from under her and tossed it by my foot. So when they put the flashlight in the car, I don't know if they saw it or if they caught suspicion from how she was moving, but they was like, step out the car. So I'm looking, I'm sick. I step out the car. As soon as I step out the car, put both feet out the car, the joint right there under my feet. So now they rough me up. Get on the floor. They rough me up. They go get him. Shorty start taking off. Like she about to run type shit. So now it's a female. I think it was a female officer there. A couple of officers there. They start pulling their guns out now. They already had guns on us, but they start backing her down there. They backed out on her because she started running. She about to run. So they telling her, yo, if you run, we gonna shoot. So she crying. So all rip. Once they had her, she started singing, bro. Like, she started singing. Like, she started telling them her exact words. She was like, yo, I love you. I ain't gonna say bro name. She was like, yo, I love you, but I don't know him. That's his gun. I'm telling you, officer, that's his gun. That's his gun. So I'm sitting there. I'm sick. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at her. I'm disgusted, bro. I'm looking at her, but I'm more or less looking at him because I'm like, damn, bro, like, I brought this shit out for you. You feel what I'm saying? To back your safety in. Like, this what we doing? Like, I told you to bring the bag. Like, you said you was gonna bring the bag. Like, so now they booked Shorty, right? So now they got me and bro sitting on the back of the car. So now we cuffed. We sitting on the back of the car. They got the gun. He looking at me. He like, yo, take it. I'm like, take it. I'm like, my daughter, nigga. Like, that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, my daughter, like. But in my head, I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna take it Cause it's my gun. You feel me? But I'm like, we going to jail tonight, nigga. Facts. Me, you, and her. Like, we going to jail. We all going to jail. You feel me? So they split us up. They put him in one car. They put me in one car, and I think they put her in another car. So what they did was too, they did some funny shit. They took mad long with me. You feel me? Like, they was reading us like to a T. Like, they already knew. Once they ran his name, they already knew how to play us. They was like, he just came home. This his gun. She's saying that it's my gun, but they looking at it like you trying to save him because that's your man. So they don't really want me because I'm kind of like record clean. I don't really got nothing on my shit. They'll get more out of booking him. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole time they just spinning me around, like Brownsville basically. They just riding around. They trying to convince me that that's his gun. You feel me? So I'm not saying shit. You feel me? Them niggas end up giving up. They bring me back to the precinct now. So he looking at me when he get in the precinct like with a sign of relief. Like, nigga, did you say anything? So I'm looking at him like, nigga, you feel me? Like, I ain't have no words. You feel me? So we get in there. They got me and him in the bullpen. They got her cuffed on the outside of the bullpens on a single metal bench to the pole type shit. So the whole time we in there, she like, I love you, talking to bro. She like, I love you, but I don't know him. That's his gun. Yo, bro, it's like 20 niggas in the bullpens, bro. We in Brownsville. We in the 73rd precinct, bro. She saying this shit like she just screaming that shit out all night, bro. She did that shit for like 2 hours, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So we sitting in the cell. I'm stressed. He's stressed. He more stressed because, like I said, he just touched down. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't been home a whole month yet. So yeah, so they got us in there. So now we just sitting in there. We sitting in there. They processing us. They doing the fingerprints and all of that. So now we get to the bookings, right? So shorty left from the precinct. Let's get her out the way. She told so bad. They let her go from the precinct. You feel me? So now me and him, we go down to the bookings. You feel me? We get to the bookings. First thing I do, this is the old bookings. This is when they had change and shit. So like you could use the payphone shit and call your peoples and all that, let them know what's going on. So first thing I did was I got on the jack. I get on the jack. I call my pops. Feel me? I call him because I'm like, you feel me? He been through this before. I know he ain't gonna tell me nothing that ain't in my best interest. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me call him. I'm like calling my moms. So I call my pops. I'm like, yo, I'm down here downtown at the bookings and shit. I'm like, me and my man got caught with the hammer. Like, what you think I should do? So first thing he asked me, he was like, it was your shit? So I'm like, yeah. So he's like, you already know, like, you already know what you gotta do. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, tell my moms I love her or whatever. I'ma see you when I see you. So I hung up with him. I go back. I think bro got on the phone. Short story short, we go through the processing or whatever. So we sitting in there, I ain't gonna lie, we was in the bookings for like the whole 72 hours. We was in there for a whole 3 days or whatever. So we sitting in there. That nigga, he disgusted at me. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, son was disgusted at me. Like, we ain't really talk for like a whole day or two. Me just in the bullpen, shit stressful, you feel me? So now we get to the part where we about to go see the judge and all of that. So in one story, I told you about when I first got caught with the hammer, right? I ain't go to Rikers Island, none of that. I got all the way up to where I was about to go see the judge, and they let us out the side door. But that story is on my page too, so we're gonna get into that. So yeah, we get up there. to where we about to go see the judge. So I always been lucky when it came down to slipping the cracks, right? So I'm thinking, just off experience, I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to see the judge. I'm going home. I know I'm going home. Bro, I get up there. They remand both of us. Both our ass. They remand both of us. You feel me? So now, this new for me. Because like I said, I'm used to going through the bookings and going through the precinct and then going through the bookings and then going home. You feel me? This time they remanded me, so now we going to the back. We going back to the back. So we get up there. They send us upstairs. We go use the free phones or whatever. I call my baby moms. I let her know, yo, I'm going to Rikers Island. Call my moms. You feel me? Let them know what it is. Kiss my daughter for me, right? So I hang up with her. Now we waiting for the transportation to go back to the island. So now when we get there, right? For some reason, his paperwork got mishandled. You feel what I'm saying? So son ended up going to a OT building. Like, he ended up going to old boy. You feel me? Meanwhile, like I said, we was both 18 at the time. So they sent him to OBCC. They sent me to the 4 building. I don't know what happened with that. He said they fucked up his paperwork or whatever. I don't know if he told him another age, but they sent him to old boy and they sent me to the 4 building. So I get to the 4 building or whatever. So now, yeah, I get there. It's an intake in there, so it's like a little small. It's like 3, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 or 4 cells or whatever. Intake joint, little joint. So I get there. I'm in there with some Spanish nigga. Feel me? Some young Spanish nigga. So I'm checking his temperature. He fake checking my temperature. So we come out for pedigree and all that, right? So they let us, I was just 2 of us at the time in the intake. So they was giving us a little leniency. They let the cells open or whatever. So we sitting out or whatever, getting our trays. So he like, yo, what's good? He like, yo, where you from? So I'm like, I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, what up? So he like, I heard. So he like, you been here before? So I'm like, nah. So he like, heard you. He like, what you doing with your clothes though? So I'm like, what you mean when I'm doing my clothes? I'm like, I'm keeping my clothes. Why, what's up? So he like, nah, I'm just saying, cause like when you get in there and you get into the house, he was like, niggas gonna be pressing you for that and you gonna have to shake for it. So I'm like, word. So I'm like, bet. So he like, you might as well just give it to me then. So I'm like, give it to you? I'm like, nah, I'm good, homie. I'm like, I ain't giving it to you. I'm gonna put it in my property and I'm gonna spin back for that when I dip. So he like, I heard. So yeah, so we go from there. So the next part, yeah, so we get pedigreed or whatever. Now we get inside the building now. We get in the building. It's another set of pins now. So at this set of pins, they got like the Brooklyn pin, the Queens pin, the Bronx pin, Manhattan pin, shit like that. So that's where they give you your classification at. You find out where you going. And one of the most humiliatingest times ever of my life is before you get to the crib or the Mars, wherever they gonna send you to, you get strip search. You feel what I'm saying? See, dudes get up here and they be telling these stories about how they was cutting niggas in jail and how they had the crib and was controlling the phones. But niggas be forgetting how them search niggas could just come in there and tell you to pull your shit down and squat and cough and spread your ass whenever the fuck they feel like it. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like as a young man growing up, or not even growing up, but as a young man going through the system, that was like humiliating as fuck, bro. So that was one of the reasons why after my first couple times, or me doing my little bid on Rikers Island, I never went back. You know what I'm saying? I never went back. Like, I always was a nigga that thought about shit like that before I just jumped out the window and did some shit to land me in there. You feel what I'm saying? But back to the story. So we get to the like the little bathroom area where they make you strip, squat, cough, bend over, all that weird shit, right? So from there, that's where you get your house, right? So not your original house. They send you to like a mall at first. So at that time in 2011, they sent me to mall 8, right? Mind you, at this time, the island was lit. Like, when I tell you lit, I mean lit. Like, just around the time where the Hood Stars and Wave Gang had got indicted. They had one main, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had one main on Smash. The Rockstar indictment. Like, it was crazy on the island at that time. So yeah, the island wasn't safe. You feel me? So at that time, they sent me to Mall 8. Mall 8 was like the intake crib. You feel me? So you go there for a couple days. You sitting there. And I guess basically until you know what I'm saying, they process you all the way through and they find you a spot with a bed in one of the main cribs or the lowers or the highs, you feel what I'm saying? Or the uppers, you feel me? So I ain't know all of this at first, you feel me? I was learning as I went. So we get in there, so I'm in there. So when you get to Mall 8, right? You walk down the corridor. You walk down the main corridor. Anybody been in the 4 building, you know. You walk down the long corridor. You clear the mags and all that. You walk down the long corridor, and it's like on the right-hand side. So you get there. You walk down a set of stairs, and then it's like a whole nother corridor. That shit like a school. It's like a whole nother corridor, and it's 2 sides. You got, I don't remember if it was Mall 7 and Mall 8. Or if it was just straight Mall 8 and it was like a north side and a south side. However it was 2 sides, right? It was an MO side and it was a regular side. It's like a general population side. So I get there, I get to the bubble. They start pedigreeing me again. So they asking me about my tattoos. I got wild tattoos. So they asked me about my tattoos and my gang related. If I got problems with anybody on the island or whatever. So I'm like, nah, I'm neutral. I'm not in no gang. My tattoos is, you know what I'm saying, regular. So they like, you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. So they send me on the left side in Mall 8, because the right side was the MO niggas. So they send me to the left side in Mall 8. So as soon as I pull up, you got all the little crazy niggas on the gate making faces, talking shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, where you from? Yo, when you coming here? So I'm not saying nothing, no. I'm sitting back. You feel what I'm saying? I'm walking, coming down down the corridor, I'm walking. Because in my mind, I'm like, they gonna put me on one of these sides, bro. So eventually, y'all niggas gonna find out what it's really hitting for, you feel me? So when I get to the bubble, and I see what side they gonna put me on, the nigga Diddy from my P's was in there, you feel me? So around this time, we was cool, you feel me? So I see him, he come to the gate, he like, yo, La, what up? So I'm like, yo, what's good? Diddy, you know what I'm saying? What's the word? So he like, yo, they putting you over here? I'm like, yeah, they put me over there. I'm gonna see you when I get in there. So as soon as I get in there, whatever, we start chopping it up. I almost plucked one of his mans out too, because son was a little too aggressive when I came in there, you feel me? He had mentioned my baby mom's name on some whole other shit, you feel me? So it almost went left. But yeah, Diddy was in there. A couple other niggas I went to school with. And yeah, we was mobbing, you feel what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, you feel me? It was at the time, the Patria niggas was running that shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? Them in the homies, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was like what led up to me going to Rikers Island, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I got another story right now that I just posted up on my channel, and I'm talking about my first time on Rikers Island. So I get a little bit more in depth about what was going on, and you know what I'm saying, the next step after Mall 8. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in to Living on a Humble TV. It's plenty more episodes to come. Like I said, this is just like a segue right here, me telling the Rikers Island stories, because I'm not really a jail dude. I don't really got, you know, mad years in jail, so I don't really got too many jail stories. So that's why I decided to touch on these stories first, because it's kind of like in and out. You know what I'm saying? Most of the stories I'm going to be telling is just, you know what I'm saying, my life and what it was like growing up in East New York, Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get real spicy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff that people wanted to know for years. I'm gonna be addressing it. And yeah, just tune in, man. It's living on a humble. Be humbly living. And like, share, subscribe, and help me get these videos out into the algorithm. Make it make sense.